What up, YouTube? It's Big Lou tapping back on in with What to Do, Big Lou. Okay, so I'm going to try to say this real quick in this little video. Everybody remembers that movie Blood In, Blood Out, aka Bound by Honor. It was filmed, I think, in 91, 92, from the streets of East LA, Pico Rivera, Pico Aliso. I don't remember exactly what neighborhood it was, but it's got that famous tree in East LA. It was El Gallo Negro Pepe Aguilar, who was a gang member, a boxer in his younger days. He goes to the Marines and then becomes a cop. His brother was Crucito, and then they had another little brother. I can't remember the name. And those two sons were raised by this guy. Was the son of this man that was with Pepe's mom now. So it's his stepfather. And then you had their cousin, first cousin Miklo, whose their mom was Mexicana, was Chicana, and his father was white. So he was white complected. He went by the name Miklo. So they were Vato Locos, and another gang from the street, Tres Puntos, ended up hurting Crucito, jumping him, and then dropping him on the fire extinguisher, and then broke his back or something. He never was the same. So Miklo gets busted, goes to the joint, and he meets a dude named Popeye, and Popeye tells him, basically trying to run him down, schooling him a little bit, and he introduced him to Magic. Magic says, "Oh yeah, you're the vato that had an issue with Spider from Tres Puntos," and he goes, "Yeah." And he goes, "I'm the boogeyman, and I'm from Tres Puntos." He shows him his hand. So he's tripping. He tells Popeye, "What's up, ese? He's Tres Puntos, ese. We're Vato Locos, da da da." So Popeye schools him down and says, "Nah, bro, it's not like that. When we hit the joint, we're all together. There's no set tripping on each other's barrios. We're all together." Okay. So when Miklo gets off the bus, there's an individual that tells him, "Orale green eyes, orale blue eyes," whatever he said. "I got something for you." Okay, that's the homeboy Ernie Rivera, aka Payaso from Hayward. Okay, he's in that scene, and he's got a couple more scenes. One time when that dude, Big Al, says, "Hey, this line ain't gonna move. None of you guys gonna get pork chops until that white meat gets up front." That was Miklo. So Ernie Payaso pushes him to like, "Go, man, let's get this line going. We're hungry." And then there's another scene where the Chicanos, the Mexicans, are talking to the blacks through the fence. Delroy Lindo's part, where he was the leader with the Afro, Bonafide, and you can see Ernie Payaso standing right there. There's another scene when they're on the weight pile. Homeboy sitting on the weight bench. He's got his legs crossed, I think, if I remember. He's got a little brocha. That's another homeboy from Hayward named Chato. I never met him personally, but he knows my cousins. And he's doing real well in life now with NA, and he's been clean and sober for a long time. Okay, so I had two cousins that were there. I believe one of my cousins he might already been in the 6 yard in San Quentin. He might not have yet. But I know he was around and he was there for the filming. But another cousin of ours was actually in some pictures with the actors in some of the lineups, like when I don't know where they were going, but they're in line. I have them, but they're on another phone. My cousin, R.I.P., rest in peace, Jimmy Narvaez from Dakota. He's passed away now. He's been gone 2 or 3 years. And I have a few pictures with him. He's in another picture with a youngster. He has Oakland on his chest. And like I said, my cousin from Dakota, dark skin, 5'11"-ish, 6 foot. And he was in that movie. He was in some scenes. I don't know if the scenes actually made the movie, but like I said, he's in a lot of pictures. And most of everybody that was in that movie were inmates. They were only allowed, I believe, to have 6 actors there at a time. And if you go to Gunner's Profiles, Gunner's Collective, he did a video also on it about 10 things you didn't know about the movie or something like that. So that's just a little story to tell about the movie Blood In, Blood Out that was filmed in San Quentin State Prison, 91, 92-ish. And that everybody in the movie, it was because these guys were on the streets of East LA at the time with the little gangs they were from. But technically everybody that was in the movie were all from the Bay Area, and they were all northern Latinos. And yeah, so with that being said, Big Lou tapping out with What It Do with Big Lou. And if you guys haven't already, sub to No Fly Zone Ricans with my brothers Nelson y Carlo and myself, 2 Puerto Ricans from New York, and of course me from the west side, Northern Califas, with my own Sabor Boricua, with my own Puerto Rican flavor that I just season a little bit here and there during the lives of No Fly Zone Ricans. So be sure to tap in and sub to us. And anybody that hasn't subbed to this little channel that I got, sub and subscribe and share, which I do mostly sports, but I do a little bit of this and that. So this is a little bit from my own different take on things. All right, Big Lou tapping out. Thanks.